Getting nervous, eager, what combination?
I mean, not really nervous. I don't much get nervous before games, but it's just excitement. You can't wait to see our countdown go from 130 some odd days, and now we're down to 5 days. It's it starts getting real at this point. So kind of you start counting down hours, and just all the time spent in the film room going over game stuff. It's almost like it's here already. So.
Can you talk about this offense and what it provides for you as a quarterback that maybe you didn't have before, you wish you had before?
This offense just gives us options. As a quarterback, it gives me the option to stay with the pass, check to a run, run to pass. I can pull it on myself and go with something. So it just gives us options. Allows us to be flexible. Take what the defense gives us. So if they want to take away something, then we'll take what they've given us. If they want to take that away, then we'll take something else. So it just allows us to attack with all angles.
What's different, do you think is different about Bilal? Coach has been pretty effusive in his praise of him and he's the leader of the team. And he said, when he came out in the spring, he was a different player running over people. What to you do you see as different about him?
I just think he lost a little bit of weight, got his speed back, and that in turn just gave him the confidence that he had, I guess, his freshman year before I was here. The stories I heard was he just studied, pretty much goes out and does what he wants. If he wants to run over, he can do it. If he wants to go over 100, he can do that too. And he's been doing that since spring. I don't think he could have any more confidence than he does right now. He knows on every single run he's going to go out there and get a big game for us. And, when you run with that kind of confidence, it allows you to do a lot.
Along the same lines, what have you seen out of Josh Bellamy in terms of adding to the receiving?
Same thing. He's very confident in what he does. He knows he's good at what he does, and he's not afraid to talk about it too. That confidence that he has, he just exudes it, and it kind of trickles down to the rest of the receiving corps as well. When you got a guy with excitement like that can go out and make plays, it makes the other guys, kind of brings them along in the same way. We have a receiving corps, all 4 or 5 starting guys can go out there and make plays just like he can. But when they can come together and have an attitude, celebrate together, get excited together, that kind of helps the entire receiving corps, as a whole. He's kind of centerpiece to that.
What kind of talking does he do? Like, is he, no one can guard me? Or, I mean, what does he say?
I don't know exact words, but he's going to let you know that he's better than you are, pretty much out there in practice.
When you've been waiting for a game for 9 months, how do you keep from just jumping out of your skin by game time?
I guess it just goes into the preparation. The preparation really isn't any different now than it was, like you said, 9 months ago. I've been in the film room, a couple hours a day, every day since, last season was over, preparing for this game, preparing for 4th, and this week's really not any different. I've already gotten a couple hours in today, and we go get a couple more here after we're done with this, and you get in a routine, and you keep that routine, and you're well prepared. So by the time you get to the game, it's not exciting. It's exciting, of course, but it's not like over the top, something you're not prepared for. So you just show up ready to go, I guess.
And how curious are you just to see, Coach is talking about trying to find your identity. How curious are you just to kind of see how these guys react when you're out there? Are you...
As a player, we really know how we're going to react. We're going to get out there and we're going to scrap for every yard. We're going to fight for every inch. And, I think as a player, I think that's going to be our identity this year. Never quit, never say die attitude. And, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people late in the games, with how much we're sticking around. And, every week they're going to come in the game plan for us, and they're going to say, man, it's going to be a fight for 4 quarters. All 60 minutes is going to be a fight. So, I think going out there, there's definitely some guys that are, still a little curious, kind of on the fence, like, I wonder if we're going to be able to do it. And those guys are going to see this game that, that's who we are, and that's what we're going to do.
Adam, given that there's a new coaching staff, does it feel different going into the first game this year than it did last year?
Of course there's a difference in coaching styles. This coaching staff is much more intense, so there's definitely a difference in coaching, difference in attitude around here. As far as feeling different, I think the biggest thing is just supporting the community. The community's super excited for the game. It's sold out. That's all people can talk about. They can't wait for Saturday to come. So I think that's probably the biggest difference, just excitement in the air.
And take stock of your team right now. What do you like about it? What are the strengths and maybe what are some of the weaknesses?
Strengths, is just the work ethic. Since the staff got here in January, every single guy on this team has just, been busting his butt, just day in, day out, doing everything the coaches ask of them, and very little complaining. It's a new system. Anytime there's change, things are going to be different. It's going to be difficult to make that adjustment. But guys have really taken it in stride, really worked hard, and so coming to this first game, we know we're prepared. We know there's not a team that we're going to play this year that's out-prepared us, out-worked us, out-hustled us in the offseason. So come in with a lot of confidence. I don't know about weaknesses, but, if we have any, we're going to find them out this Saturday, I guess.
As a player, as you've seen the addition go on, it's going to be, you mentioned it's going to be sold. I mean, how much you look forward to running out there and, hearing that place? I mean, because you played last year, sometimes the stadium can be half full.
Yeah, no, we're, as a team, as players in general, we're really excited about it. When you come out there to the stadium and, it's going to be full of 60,000 people, however many seats it is, that's a different feeling. Like you said, I haven't really gotten that opportunity yet. Me personally, playing last year, I don't think, that we had a game that was completely sold out. So, it's going to be a new experience. I'm real excited about it. I can't wait. Just looking forward to putting on a show for them.
And how much pressure does that put in on you guys to make sure that they come back, on the 11th?
No, that's, really not part of what factors into, our preparation, what we're looking to do. We go out there and do our jobs on the field, do what we're supposed to do, and they'll come back. We don't have to think that we got to do this or this, just make sure people show up.
What do you like better about this different sort of way that the coaches ask to coach things? What suits you? What do you like about this staff? It's like more of your personality.
These guys are just really intense. It's business. It's a job. It's all business when you show up to the stadium. As soon as you walk through those doors, get your game face on. Doesn't matter whether we have a walkthrough, we just have a film session, lifting, practice, whatever it is. You better be going full speed. And that really suits me. I don't really know any other speed other than full steam ahead. So when these guys came in with that attitude, I think it really fit me well and helped with the leadership aspect of this team.
How are you approaching this? This is your last season, only your second. You missed the Kentucky game last year. I mean, what are your thoughts going into the season from a personal standpoint of really your first and last chance, I guess, in major college football?
Yeah. First thought is, wow, I forget what the count is out there, but I think 93 days or something like that till the Rutgers game. It's like, 93 days, I might never play football again. So, it really makes it real. You try to play every game like it's your last, and you say, okay, I got to play this every single play like it's my last, and go out there and battle. But when you see numbers like that, it's really staring you in the face that I ain't got too much time left, so I really do need to play this like my last game. So, like I said before, it's just excitement. I'm looking forward to it. Looking for a chance to, really prove that this team can win and, prove that I can win to go do that.
Do you see any similarity? Have you watched Kentucky play at all? I mean, their offense, have you watched Heartline at all in your film?
No, I don't. There's no reason for me to go out there and watch our offense or, concern myself with that. I know our defensive leaders are in there, hounding our defense, watching them and getting them down step for step. So, I don't really need to take stock in anything that they do. I focus on defense.
What about their defense? What about Kentucky's defense? What have you seen of them?
They're well coached. They're solid. I mean, they've been to 4 bowl games in a row. They beat us 3 years in a row. So, they're a solid defense. They don't make too many mistakes. They make you beat yourself. So we got to go out there and just operate, do what we know how to do, and stay within ourselves, and we'll be fine.
Have you seen any big improvements out of your defense based on the film you saw last year before that game and film you were watching this year?
No, to be honest with you, it's pretty similar. They got a little bit different faces. Some different guys graduated and moved on. And, so you got different guys moving in, so that's always going to create a little bit of difference. But as far as scheme-wise or overall speed or anything like that, I think it's pretty similar.
What do you when the coaches talked about after you won the job, they talked about how efficient you were as a quarterback. That's a word that's sort of like, well, he does. I mean, the paraphrase is, well, he does things right, but he might not be dynamic. I mean, how do you take it when a coach says he's efficient?
Well, efficiency is what you want out of a quarterback. Your offense has to be efficient. Your quarterback has to be efficient. Everybody on that offense has to be efficient. Not only do you have to go do your job, but you have to do it well. You have to do it quickly. You have to operate, go in and out of the huddle. Run your plays with that Christmas to them, and just operate, I guess, is kind of the word I'm looking for. But when you go out there and do that, that's really what you're looking for.
You come from a place there where you throw for like 1 million yards a game out in California, though. That probably efficient might not have been the word that they used to describe you at that point. I mean, is this offense capable of putting together big plays? Because they were sort of few and far between last season.
Yeah, no, this offense, just the nature of the spread is going to be, more exciting, more dynamic, if that's the word that you want. We can pretty much break a big play whenever we want to, whether it's on the ground, in the air. Pretty much every single play we go out there and we're saying we can score a touchdown on this play. If each person does their job, we can score a touchdown on this play, no matter what the play call is. So, that really gives us the option for a lot of big plays, a lot of excitement. It really keeps defense on their toes.
Coach talked about you needing to manage the game. Your real goal is going to be to let the running backs run and almost literally approach on the field. You talked about that a little bit. He stressed the running game a lot, so you guys don't fall behind.
Well, our running game is, I don't know, it's going to be matched in the Big East. When you have Vic Anderson, Blau Powell, Jeremy Wright, Blaine Donnell, those are 4 running backs right there who go start on most teams, in the conference. So, when you have a running game like that, you really need to utilize it. And as far as my job, that they need me to get us in the right play. If we got an overload to one side, we need to go the other way. Just get us in the right situations where each running play can be explosive. Puts us in the best situation to get the most yards. And, as far as being a coach, that goes into a lot of film study for me. Seeing what kind of stunts they're going to bring off, different looks. Things they're going to do that can maybe put us in a bad situation. And something that we want to get out of. So that's why I got to go out there and focus on doing in the running game.
How much freedom do you have when you get the line of scrimmage, and how much freedom do you have to sort of make the calls and that kind of stuff?
Of course there's guidelines, there's restrictions in any offense, things you want to go by, but there's definitely more freedom this year than I had last year. I don't know if there's really a way to quantify it, but I can go out there, and if something doesn't look right, if I know that we have a play called and it's going to leave us in a bad situation, they got numbers on us, then I have the complete freedom to change it.
Anything else, Brad?
Thank you.